it's just like, it's like, yeah, great, I get to stay in the house, but like, you've ever wanted something and you know the place is closed and like they're never gonna open? Hey guys, it's Nae and I'm back with another vlog entry. Is this considered a vlog? Oh, whatever. This is, I believe, entry 4 of Pregnant AF Diaries. It's been a while since my last video. The virus has definitely made me not really want to do anything. Yeah, so I have my phone here with me to go over some notes because pregnancy brain is a thing, just so that I don't get off topic and I remember everything that I wanted to say in this video. Anywho, thank you for showing up, and if you would like to subscribe, please press the button at the bottom or the like button. Thank you. Okay, so I'm officially 17 weeks pregnant. And I believe that makes me, so that makes me like 4 months and a week so far. Yeah, 4 months and a week pregnant. Yeah, it's been a minute. The last time I did go to my OBG, we did take a blood sample to see what the sex of the baby is. They have yet to call me back yet, so I still have no idea. To be honest, I don't know if they're gonna call me or if they're gonna wait until my next visit, which is not for another 2 weeks. So we're still waiting on that to see what we're having. So I'm kind of excited about that. To be honest, I was on the fence. I wasn't sure if I wanted to know, but you know, just kind of like, oh, when they took the test, I was just like, yeah, whatever, I guess we'll find out when we do. My baby bump is coming along. If you follow me on Instagram, I've posted some pictures up of my baby bump. But it turns out that I believe the last 2 pictures I posted, it was not just a baby bump, it was a baby bump and a food baby. So, I don't know. My stomach was a lot bigger than what it would have been had there not been food in my stomach, I guess. Or had I not been like so backed up, because you do get constipated. So it's really hard in the beginning when your baby bump does come in to figure out how big it actually is. Mine is officially here, so I can actually like tell what my stomach looks like now. I did buy some maternity clothes. I also asked around for any donations because I actually knew quite a few pregnant people before the virus hit. So I asked around and I did get some donations from some people, and thank you for that very much, because that does help lower the cost of clothes that you have to buy. And then of course there are other hacks that you can do, like you can still wear your regular pants. You just, you know, there's like some kind of fake shirt thing that you put over your pants, I guess, so that you don't have to buy new maternity clothes. For me, it was just like, you know, I might as well ask around. I do know a couple people who literally just had babies like a couple months ago, and you know, you have it lying around and you don't really use it unless you're planning on having a baby right away. So I figured might as well ask. So I got a couple, I can't even say a couple, like it's a good amount of clothes. Like I could probably go 2 months and not wear the same thing. Maybe, can I? Maybe, possibly. I might do a video on that later once my bump does get bigger, because there's kind of really no point in me squeezing into maternity clothes right now. Well, I wouldn't be squeezing into maternity clothes, I'd more be swimming in it. But I did want to have it around just like before this whole thing hit, before we got quarantined, because I knew for a fact that my belly was gonna get bigger by the time this thing is over. And I didn't want to be scrounging around looking for clothes or trying to buy last minute clothes during the quarantine, because that's just a headache that I did not want to deal with. So I made sure to ask beforehand. We've been in quarantine for, I want to say, about a month now, and I have to say it is probably it's kind of like in the middle. It's kind of the best time to be pregnant and the worst time to be pregnant. Because we are quarantined, I don't have to go out, I don't have to run around and see people. I get to stay home, be comfy. I don't have to really worry about like dressing up much. I've barely touched any of the maternity clothes, honestly, just because I don't really need to. and I'm walking around in sweatpants and tank tops literally all day, or in a t-shirt and underwear, because like what's the point in dressing up? And I also kind of get to like skip a good period of time of people asking me stupid questions about my pregnancy, or just people bugging you. Like I'm an introvert, like I'm a very loud, outspoken type of person when I'm in groups, but I want to say like 70% or 80% of the time I'm very to myself. I don't like to be bothered. I don't like people being overly excited for me, I guess, in a way. Because, like, you know, the second people find out, you know, something big is happening in your life, it's almost like that's the only thing they can talk about. And they're constantly going to ask you questions about it. And for me, typically, that's really frustrating for me, because I kind of want to be, like, alone. So this was pretty cool, because now I at least have, like, 2 months of being pregnant, of not really having to deal with people. And, of course, people wanting to touch your stomach, or just like, I don't know, I'm just not that like, bubble, please, thanks. It's kind of just nice just to deal with the pregnancy on your own, rather than having like a bunch of people like bombard you. It is the worst because you're going through cravings. It's just like, it's like, yeah, great, I get to stay in the house, but like, you've ever wanted something and you know the place is closed, and like they're never gonna open, so you're sitting there hoping. Well, you can't even really hope, you're just there craving something that
they ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
I've had a couple cravings for the past couple weeks that I've had to figure out how to make on my own. Well, it's mostly, I want to say it mostly sucks because I also don't have a car. So even if there were places that I could hop into and say, hey, let me go grab some takeout, this is not going to happen because I don't have a car. So, and I really don't want to constantly get into Ubers with people that I don't know, because the whole point is for me not to be around people. You know, when you're pregnant, your immune system is lowered. So to be honest, I'd rather just not go out constantly for things. And then certain things are definitely not on Uber Eats. They're not on Postmates. Like, there are certain things, like, what was it? I was craving a New York hot dog, like a street style hot dog. Yeah, where am I gonna get that? So I had to figure out how to make it on my own. I didn't have all the ingredients, which kind of was annoying, because like that's the whole point of the craving. So there were a couple times where I had to like make my own shit. And then also, this is the time that you want to drink alcohol. You're stuck in the house. You can't do anything else. So, you know, you're just kind of like, you know what? Let's have a dance party and let's get drunk and drink. And, you know, yeah, woo. Can't do that because I'm pregnant. So, I've definitely had cravings for alcohol. I'm definitely a tequila person. I love margaritas. I can't have one. And if you know me personally, I'm a huge alcohol fan. I wouldn't say alcoholic, but if you mention drinks, where though? You know? So that part definitely sucks. Because like everybody else is, you know, is talking about drinking, and I'm just like, well, cranberry juice, please. Water, lemonade, Virgin Shirley Temple. I think, aren't Shirley Temples virgin anyway? I don't know, whatever. I usually never order them virgins, whatever. So far I feel like those are really the only things that kind of make it sucky and make it like great at the same time. You know, minus the people dying and shit. I found this app that I absolutely love right now. It's called What to Expect. Of course, it's a pregnancy app, and I absolutely love it because once you find out what your due date is, you can put that in your email address, you know, make an account or whatever, and it keeps track of your pregnancy, and it tells you like updates. To be honest, this is the only thing that's letting me know like how far along I am, because at one point I'm not gonna remember what number I'm on. It's just, you know, because I'm really not sitting there with my, like, no. It keeps track of basically how far along you are. It also does these really cute things where it tells you how big the baby is, like what size it is, like what's developing right now. It gives you things about your baby bumps and also symptoms. So not only does it track the symptoms that you'll have in your first trimester, but it also, your trimesters, your first, second, third, and fourth? Or 4 trimesters, right? Or 4 trimesters? We're just gonna pretend like I know right now. So, not only does it break down the symptoms within each trimester, it breaks them down into each week as well, just to kind of give you a heads up saying like, hey, this kind of thing might start happening. Like, this helped me a lot when it came to, you know, when you start getting constipated, when you're gonna get headaches, you know, how long nausea lasts. Random things that people don't really tell you, like you get nosebleeds, your gums get really sensitive, and your gums might start actually bleeding. So it just gives you a lot of like tips on things that are upcoming that you can watch out for, just so that you're not freaking out, because at first your doctor visits are spread out by like, they're usually like once a month until I believe a certain week, and then it's once every other week. So it's kind of just nice to have, because now I can just go here, look at it, rather than like having to call my doctor and hoping they pick up, because, you know, with everything that's going on right now. So this is really cute. So right now my baby's the size of a very large onion, or very large, well, large onion, which I think is really cute, because each week it basically gives you like either a fruit or a vegetable that that is closest to what the baby size is. And then not only that, but it also has like videos, articles where it says like, you know, there's one that says like pregnancy symptoms for dads. Oh, let's skip that one. There are other things like, you know, are you pregnant and vegetarian? Read this article. Was it 7 things about pregnancy sex? So it'll tell you like what to expect, I guess, with each trimester if you are having sex still while you're pregnant. It also has like recipes on here as well. And to be honest, the donation idea for maternity clothes I actually got from one of the articles on here, because to be honest, I would have never thought about it. I guess that's just not something that you would think about. You just go out and buy your maternity clothes if you're able to. Basically, it just gives you a bunch of articles about being pregnant that you could possibly need, and it's amazing. I love it, because it's the randomest things sometimes will pop up and you're like, huh, I wouldn't have thought of that. Like there's apparently certain makeup and facial care, or why am I forgetting words? Skincare. So there's makeup and skincare that have certain ingredients in it that probably wouldn't be okay for pregnant women to use, because your skin does absorb it, and then once your skin absorbs it, it goes through your body, and then your baby absorbs it as well. Same thing with deodorants. Like regular deodorants that we use are probably not the best, because our armpits absorb everything that we put on there. So it's always best to go with more of a natural deodorant, which I'm actually looking into trying Native. I saw the price of it and I was like, whoa there. But I spend more on my skincare, so I really shouldn't talk shit. So yeah, I might get some the next time I go to the store. But yeah, if you're pregnant and you have a lot of questions, or maybe you just want to be able to look and see how far you are and like see the cute little cartoons that they make, What to Expect is definitely one of my favorites. I look at it religiously, just for the day-to-day, and sometimes just to look at articles and see if there's anything that I've missed, if there's anything that I want to prepare for. So yeah, it's really helpful. I have to say that because I've had this, I don't have as many questions for my doctor when I do go in for a checkup, because I'm kind of already letting myself know certain things that I do want to know. Or maybe you come across something that you're like, maybe I should talk to the doctor about this. It makes a great conversation starter for, you know, when you do have questions or when you do want to know something. another thing that has helped me a lot lately, I want to say I've only been doing it for the past week and a half or so, just because previously I was just like a lot lazier and I didn't really want to do anything. But I started doing prenatal yoga. It's helped out a lot, especially when I do get backed up, because it does help loosen everything. So I haven't had to worry too much about that. And then of course there's also like just eating more fiber, eating more vegetables, and blah 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 blah, and drinking lots of water. Speaking of which, by the way, I wake up at the same time every morning to go pee. It's crazy. It's like between 2:30 and 3 o'clock, or like 3:15. It's like, boop, bathroom, need to pee. It's clockwork, I swear. It's absolutely crazy. Prenatal yoga. So there are also prenatal workouts that you can do just to basically help keep you active. If you're not familiar with yoga, I would say like purposely find ones that are for beginners, because if you just click on like a regular yoga like prenatal video workout, like at that point you've already been doing yoga and you know what the fuck they're talking about, and they go really fast. So if you're not big on yoga, if you've never done it before, I would suggest please type purposefully beginner, or you're gonna be like, fuck this, I'm not doing this anymore. But I absolutely love it. It helps me in the morning. So they have morning routines, night routines, there are workouts as well, and it basically just helps you through your pregnancy, as well as help with your back pain. Speaking of which, I'm not a yoga instructor, I'm not a doctor, so if you want to do this, that is of your own volition. Whatever, that is your choice. If you feel like it's going to help you, if you want to talk to your doctor, beforehand about it, I would say, do it. Make sure you're 100% before you start. But for me, I've already been doing yoga. I do it off and on, so I kind of already know what I'm doing. So for me, it was kind of like, oh, this is nice to get back into, and then plus I don't have to worry about any of the things about laying on my stomach, about certain things that will bother me if I try to do it while I'm pregnant. So it's really cool that there are these videos out there already. I'm sure they've been here for a very long time. I just never looked at them because I was never pregnant. But those are actually a lot of fun, and they help a lot. They help a lot. I love them. And it gets me through the day. It helps me sleep at night. It wakes me up in the morning. And to be honest, it actually helps with labor. So might want to try it, because I'm not going to ask for an epidural, hopefully. So yeah, let's hope all the stretching helps me through a faster one. Okay, so that's basically all that I have for now. I will be posting these hopefully once a week up until I give birth. Maybe I'll continue it. I'll see how everything goes with the series. Thank you so much for watching. And if you did like the video, please like and subscribe. I have other content because Lord knows I don't really know what I'm doing with this channel. I'm just going with the flow. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Oh, wait, are any of you guys pregnant? Like,